Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elders, of great millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Now, I purposely did a video on this, I'd say maybe 6 hours ago, letting you know that this decision was going to be bullshit. Now you got niggas protesting, marching. It's like, I said it in my last sit down. What are you expecting? You simple-minded niggas out there were really expecting that Breonna's family and her boyfriend would get some justice. You figure, okay, everything was set up perfectly for them to have to render some type of justice. They had a warrant for the wrong place. They bust in the wrong house, and they shot somebody who had nothing to deal with any of the business that they had to do. For sure, you thought that they would render some type of justice. Well, I'm not sorry, but I told you so, and that this was going to happen. The New York Times says Breonna Taylor live updates. One officer charged, but not for her death. It says a grand jury indicted the officer since fired on charges of endangering neighbors with reckless gunshots. But no one was charged for shooting Miss Taylor in her Louisville apartment. Wow. It says 2 officers who fired the shots that hit Miss Taylor were not charged. And that's what I told you all before. If you have 3 people that are also an accessory to the... Let me see if I'm using that word correctly. Where's my... Here it is. My law dictionary here. And I'm going to see if I'm using that word correctly. Accessory. In criminal law, he who is not the chief actor in the perpetration of the offense nor present at its performance, but is some way concerned therein either before or after the fact committed. An accessory before the fact is one who, being absent at the time of the crime committed, yet procures, counsels, or commands another to commit it. It is proper to observe that when the act is committed through the agency of a person who has no legal discretion nor a will, as in the case of yada yada yada. Yep, I was using that word correctly. So, yes, you had 2 other people who were an accessory to blatant murder, and they don't get charged. They didn't even get arrested. I told you all, that should have let you know that the verdict was just going to be bullshit. I told you. Let's continue. It says grand jurors indicted Brett Hankinson, the former detective, on 3 counts of wanton endangerment, saying he had threatened 3 people's lives by firing bullets that traveled through Mrs. Taylor's apartment and into theirs. A pregnant woman, her husband, and their 5-year-old child were asleep in that apartment, and the bullet shattered a glass door but did not harm the couple and their child. Yeah, I think that's all I really Yeah, if you want to read the article, I mean, you can look at it yourself. Look at this. In Louisville, protesters erupted in anger over the grand jury's decision. And you see, and you know what? The only way you can be angry at something like this is if you truly believed that something would change. Whew. Let me go to Proverbs, the first chapter. And the 22nd verse. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?" All right. How long are you simple niggas are going to hold on to the hope after full 500 something years that your daddy, bad Uncle Esau, is going to change his ways? How long will you simple-minded Negroes hold on to the concept that one day we'll be able to kumbaya with the devil? Okay? And it says, "And the scorners delight in their scorn, and fools hate knowledge." Okay? You all hate knowledge because if you all knew that this guy was the devil, he was made to be the wicked, and that it is no way in hell he could ever be righteous or do any type of just actions, or this stuff like this wouldn't surprise you. But yet, you keep trusting in this devil. Like I say, you keep playing with fire, you're going to get burned. That's why we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus. And this is a classic one. Thine enemy. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." I said, though he go crouching, you'll see that it's getting it right here. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. "Never trust thy enemy, who's bad Uncle Esau." How do we know that? Okay, when you go to Exodus, when Moses said that the Lord will have, let me just get it. The Lord will have on Amalek from generation to generation. This is how we know that this guy is the enemy. All right. Exodus 17 and 16. And it says, well, I'll start at 15. "And Moses built the altar and called the name of it." It's hard to read because this is in the King James Version. But it says, "For he said, because Yahweh have sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." Okay? That's one precept that lets you know he is your enemy. We're going to go to Genesis 27, around the 27th verse. No, Genesis 27. And 41. "And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay," slay means to kill, "my brother Jacob," the Israelites. So this guy is your sworn enemy. Now, since we know who the enemy is, bad Uncle Esau, what does it say again? Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, says he's sorry, gives you $12 million, says, okay, we're going to go through the whole process. We're going to do a internal investigation, okay, and go crouching, yet take good heed. I mean, pay attention and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Meaning that no matter how much legislation, no matter how many laws you have to ratify and redo and reform to correct the so-called racial injustice here in America, it's not going to happen. There's no type of legislation, there's no type of rules, there's no type of laws that are going to eradicate the wickedness that lies in the soul of bad Uncle Esau. And it says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked wherewith. All right. Meaning, don't trust this guy. Don't get close to him. Don't feel like he's going to give you a fair shake, because the moment you think he does, guess what? He's going to kick you in the behind. At verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? Meaning, how can we pity you, nigga? How can you all get mad at us when we say things like this? But the scripture said, how can we possibly pity you niggas who keep going to your oppressor, your enemy, for help? The same guy that just beat a nigga down last month, and the month before that, and the month before that, and the month before that. Do I need to keep going? Not to mention civil rights, Jim Crow, sharecropping, slavery, burnings, lynchings, AIDS, syphilis, Planned Parenthood, cocaine, crack, heroin, GMO foods, thought culture. Goddamn. Like, for real? For real. That's what this man has done to you, and then some. And you all have the nerve to be like, oh, well, you all shouldn't say that. You want to talk bad about us, but the proof is there. We cannot feel sorry for you niggas. Not at all. Somebody wrote on one of the comments to the previous video that I did that insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And that's our people, man. That's the 2/3 of our people. Trusting in oppression, leaning to their own understanding, as the scripture says, and not trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But, you know, Caesar is what you want, so the rule and justice of Caesar is what you got. So, yeah, that's all I want to say on that. I literally just made this to say I told you so. And basically until the next Jake gets beat down and shot, hey, we're going to say shalom.